Hi guys, welcome back to Design of Fashion. Hope you're for another video. Today's episode is going to be on how to cut this two-piece dress using Ankara fabric. And here is my zip. It's a stone zip. I'm going to use at the front of the top just to make a design. I don't want it to plain as the way it is on the thumbnail. That's why I'm making use of this zip to make a design on it. So I'm making use of 6 yards of this fabric because the skirt is going to be a flare skirt and the top is going to be a crop top, you understand? So the first thing I'll be cutting out here is going to be the skirt, then the top. So here is the fabric I'm using. I'm using up to 3.5 yards of this fabric to cut out my skirt. Then let me show it to you. This is the first yard. You can see this is 36 inches, the first yard, and here is the second yard, another 36 inches, making 2 yards. You can see. Then this is the third yard, another 36 inches, making 3 yards, and here is the 18 inches, as you can see. So this is what I'll be folding out. I'll be folding this into 4. The first folding is going to be into 2, then into 4 like a triangle. The flare is 180-degree flare, it's not 360-degree. So after folding it out, I'll now be taking my necessary measurement. So here is after folding it like a triangle. The first thing I'm going to do here is to take my radius. The radius here is going to be the waist measurement. So I'm taking it at 8 inches. From up, I'm taking it at 8 inches point. Then I'll be taking that to around 8 inches. 8 inches. Then I'm going to connect everything together. After connecting them together, I'll now take the harness. What I needed here is just 7 inches. That's 28 inches for the waist. And this is what I'm getting. I got 7 inches for the harness of the waist. So 7 inches in 4 places is going to give us 28 inches. The actual waist measurement here is 26 inches, and then the 2 inches is going for the zip allowance. 1 inch is going for the one side and 1 inch is going for the other side. To not take the full length of the skirt, I'm taking 2 inches up for the band. In case we are not using band, just take it directly. But since I'm going to add band to this particular skirt, I'm taking 2 inches up, then take the full length of the skirt. The full length of the skirt here is 46 inches, is with the seam allowance. I've already added my seam allowance to the length because the normal length is 45 inches and I added 1 inch to it to make it 46 inches. So is this 46 inches I'm going to take around the circumference, the down part of the skirt. So let me do that and show it to you. So after connecting everything together, I can now cut it. So I'm starting the cutting from this upper part, which is going to be the waist. You can see. Then I can now cut the down part as well. You know, for Ankara, you can only have one side for the full length of the skirt, and the other side here will not have the full. You can see where I'm opening. That's how, if you fold out any Ankara fabric, if you are cutting out flare, this is how it's going to be. So it's you that you're still going to join another fabric to it to make a complete skirt. You can see. So I'm now going to take the left one, the one we cut at the down part, then place it back. But you cannot place it on top of it because you will not see what you are cutting down. So you try to place it under the skirt like this. You're going to see the way I'm going to place it like this. Then you place it this way. You can see the way I'm placing it, just 1 inch on top of each other. That is for the sewing allowance. You can actually make use of ½ inch if you like. So but I'm making use of 1 inch on top of each other. Then I'll now place it like this. After the placement, I can now cut out the shape. I can cut out the shape. So here is after cutting it out. You can see. Then you take it away, and when you check it, this is what it's going to give you. Then you join it back to have a complete side sew. So you can see it now. So we are done with the cutting of the skirt. I'm still going to cut out a facing for this skirt because I want it to have a facing, a full lining. So this is the waist, and this is the down part, and it's going to have a pocket. I'm still going to divide this into two. I'm dividing the flare into two because I'm going to insert pockets at the side of the skirt. So let's cut out the top. So to cut out the top, what we need is the top length. It's a crop top, but it's above the skirt, as a little bit above the skirt. I don't want my crop top to be too open in such a way that the navel will not be showing. So I want it to come down a little bit than the half cut. So the actual half cut here is 15.5 inches, but I want it to be at least 18 inches. Then I'll be making this 20 inches length, so that by the time I turn everything, I'll be left with 18 inches for the top. So from the remaining fabric now, I'll now be taking 20 inches in two places, then fold it into 4. You can see that's 40 inches. That was more than 1 yard, you understand? That's 40 inches in length. Then we now fold it into 4. This is into 4. You can see the folding. This is into 4 now. The first folding is into 2, then into 4 like this. So after folding it out, the next thing is to be taking the necessary measurements. The sleeve length I'm taking here is 18 inches. The 18 inches will be the same allowance. 1 inch for the shoulder slant. Then I'm going to slant it up to the center of both back and front. So here is it. I'm going to chuck it this way, then slant it to the 18 inches of the sleeve. After this, I will not take the roundness of the sleeve. I don't want it to be too tight, so I'm making use of 10 inches for the roundness of the sleeve. 10 inches, which is here, you can see. Then from this 10 inches, that's the point we are going to take our bust measurement, now. But I'm going to make it straight first before taking that. So you can see. So after straightening it, the next thing is to take my bust measurement. The bust measurement I'll be using here is going to be 10 inches. That is 40. That's 10 in 4 places. It's going to give us 40 inches. And here is it. You can see. The 40 inches here, I've already added my seam allowance to it, because the actual bust measurement is 38. Then I added 2 to it to make it free. Then I'm still adding 2 to it for the sewing allowance, as you can see. After this now, with the allowance of the bust, I'm going to straighten it down to the waist. That means the waist and the bust measurement is going to be the same. So that is why when you are seeing a crop top that is not firm at the waist, they use the same measurement for the bust as the waist. So this is how we are going to cut it out. I know the length of this is our length of the top, so I'll now cut it out. I'm cutting to the shoulder slant. From the shoulder slant here to the wideness of the sleeve. From the wideness of the sleeve here to the bust with the allowance, the bust allowance, then straight down to the waist. You can see the cutting now. So you can see the cutting now. The next thing we have to do here is the neckline. The neckline is the next thing we are going to do here. So the wideness I'm using here is going to be 3 inches, because I don't want the neckline to be too wide. This is not constant. It depends on how wide you want it to be and the style of neck you're cutting out. So I'm only cutting out round neck here. So I'm making use of 3 inches here. I'm not making use of 3.5 inches again. So the deepness, I'm making use of 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to connect them together. You can see there I'm cutting it. I'm cutting for both back and front. I will now remove the front out to cut out the neckline. So taking out the front to cut out the neckline again, to recut the neckline. So I'll go down with 1.5 inches from the center. 1.5 inches plus 1.5 inches that we cut out before, it will be 3 inches. That means the front neckline is 3 inches deeper than the back neckline is 1.5 inches deeper, but they are the same wideness. You understand? So I'm connecting it to the neckline by cutting it. You can see Then the center here, I want my own to have a stone zip at the front. That's why I have to divide this area into two. You can fold out your fabric in such a way that it will have a zip allowance. You can add a zip allowance to it at initial, but this is cut together with the sleeve with some inches I want to use for the zip. Is not going to affect the measurement because we have enough measurement, enough allowance for that. You know, I told you the main bust measurement is 38 inches. I added 2 inches to it to make it work there. I still had another 2 inches to it for the allowance, so it's not going to tax by adding a zip at the front. So I can cut it out this way. So after the cutting of the center, I can now go ahead and put a gum stay, cut the facing. You can see this is how it's going to look like at the front of the top. It's going to be very nice. Then I'm going to stay this, put a gum stay, and put a facing to this. So here is the band for the skirt. This is 5 inches. By the time I fold it into two, it's going to give me 2.5 inches. Then I'll be left it half inch for the seam allowance because I'm making it of 2 inches for the band, you know. So this is the skirt. This is the area we are attaching this to for the band. So let me go and join everything together and show you the finishing. Welcome back. Yeah, the finished work so far. This is the top and the skirt, a flared skirt with a crop top. You can see how beautiful this is. I told you if you are taking the shape, just make sure the bust measurement is the same thing as the waist measurement. And how do you join the top? This is very simple. Just turn everything with the facing. After turning it to the facing, join it at the shoulder. After joining at the shoulder, then take the shape from the sleeve. Don't use a cut together with the sleeve. Just take the shape from the sleeve to the full length of the half cut. Then it's going to be open at the front. Then you do what? You just insert your zip at the front, and that is all. You can see how beautiful this turns out. If you are watching for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more amazing tutorials. And for those who have already subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate you guys for watching my video. Always bye.